Okay, Manish Sisodia, one of the fascinating characters of this election. Ankit, you've tracked him for years. Was I right in calling him Arvind Kejriwal's Hanuman? Arvind was supposed to be Anna Hazare's Hanuman, and now Hanuman has his own Hanuman.
Yeah, and he's the man, who is known as the governance man of the Delhi government. Initially, when the first cabinet was made in 2013 and also in 2015, Rajdeep, he had the maximum number of portfolios. Arvind Kejriwal trusted him with the big portfolios and he delivered. I remember in 2013, when I used to go and meet him early in the morning, he used to take notes throughout the night of what he's going to speak to his officers the next day because he was not confident. He thought that the officers are not going to take him seriously. So he's worked very hard. Education, of course, the entire model, Manish Sisodia and Atishi Marlena, largely driven by them. But he has been handling finance for the Aam Adami Party, and he has been seen as the man who goes around the country propagating the Aam Adami Party model.
The reason I'm asking you this is because a number of people have left Arvind over the last 5 years. The Yogendra Yadav, the Prashant Bhushans, the Ashutoshes, the Ashish Khetans. Manish Sisodia has remained a constant. Is that because Arvind has implicit faith in Manish Sisodia?
They go back to 1998. They've been working together when Manish was a journalist with Z News. He had launched his, Arvind was with Parivartan, and Manish also had a NGO called Kabir, named after his son. 2006, he left the job, joined, full-time with Arvind Kejriwal. So they have worked closely together for a long time. And also, just a word about Manish. Manish is somebody who doesn't have political ambitions. He loves running, the ministries. He loves running the government. He doesn't have political ambitions to challenge Arvind Kejriwal, and that is why he has remained a constant without any worries as far as Arvind Kejriwal.
You don't agree?
You are being very kind to him. Somebody who is contesting another election, is a minister holding so many, has no political ambitions.
Political ambitions, he's not.
Political ambitions in the sense that
he's not going to trump him within the party. He doesn't challenge Arvind Kejriwal.
I'm sorry. We are being very kind to him.
Sir, I'm not being kind. I just know.
Yes, what is it, Ajit? Yes, go ahead.
The story is that Manish Sisodia is the next chief minister, given the fact that Arvind Kejriwal will have a greater national role in the future. I mean, with the entire thing.
One point which I would like to make is that all those who had an association with Anna Hazare's anti-corruption element is not there in the party anymore. That point, and only symbol is Arvind Kejriwal.
There are a few like Manish was also part of. Manish was part of it. Let's be fair, And if you look at the Indian politics now seems to operate in terms of duopolies. You have Modi and you have Shah. You have Kejriwal and you have Manish Sisodia. We've seen it in other states. You have KCR, but he gets all the work done through KTR. You have Mamta Banerjee, but she also has specific people for very, very specific roles. It appears that the art of governance, you need someone to do the day-to-day governance. And that's the role that Manish is playing.
So it's extremely important, this type of politics, especially the chehra-based Rajniti, as you call it, it's not running on party structures. Therefore, you require what are called a few trustworthy second lieutenants. And it's been something that I've seen over and over again. You can go to a Nitish Kumar, Chandrababu Naidu himself, a trusted lieutenant of NTR then. Lalu Prasad Yadav has had his own trusted set of lieutenants. But the point is that there is a shelf life even of the trust, because this is, remember, political trust. What is noteworthy, however, is that Manish Sisodia, who did not have experience in governance, running really the entire show as far as the Delhi government is concerned. The only point in his favor is that the Delhi government expenditure budget, as I was looking at it, is only 60,000 crores, a minuscule 2% of the union budget. But he's kind of got the experience running that budget, roughly 8 to 9,000.
And he's done a remarkable job on education. You cannot deny.
No leaks, no corruption charges.
You cannot deny Manish Sisodia's work when it has come to education, which is being seen as one of the flagship programs, the manner in which an attempt certainly has been made to transform government school. Is there a number 3 at all in the AAP, Ankit? Is there somebody who you can say, Arvind, then Manish, and the bronze medal goes to?
So bronze medal in the governance, in the government would be with Satyendra Jain. He's also handling the health ministry.
So the Mohalla clinics.
Mohalla clinics is in fact his baby. It also largely, he's a very important cog in the wheel as far as the election machinery is concerned. More important in a way than Manish when it comes to the ground activities of the party. As far as the political, outreach is concerned, that would be Sanjay Singh, because he's the man who goes and makes that bridge between the Aam Adami Party and all the other political parties.
That's the Rajya Sabha MP, Sanjay Singh. Yes, very quickly, Mr. Shastri.
We need to make a distinction between having political ambitions and being a threat for your leader.
Yeah.
Yes, that's...
Manish Sisodia has political ambitions. Let's not have a shadow of doubt on that.
Absolutely.
But is he a threat for his leader? I don't think so. He will be a loyal number 2.
He will
and
wait.
would step into number 1 if this need so arises. So I don't think he's a threat at all for the Chief Minister.
True.
He's a loyal follower, has strong political ambitions and is waiting his time.
Okay, he's waiting his time. As you can see, he's the man who's going to fight from Patparganj, who's fighting from Patparganj, will be hoping to win this seat in East Delhi. But Javed, you wanted to make a point on this whole issue of, a leader being seen as a number 2, the lieutenant.
Yeah, the point that Sandeep made, obviously nobody is in politics for altruistic reasons. You're there, you want something for yourself as well, but he's willing to bide his time. It's a relationship like Mr. Modi has with Mr. Amit Shah, minus the rough edges of Mr. Amit Shah. Sisodia has no mass base of his own. So he'll have to wait so long as he's willing to play number 2, so long as Mr. Kejriwal is number 1. If he moves upstairs, for which there is a big if he moves upstairs, maybe a vacancy will then arise.
If he moves upstairs, we're not sure what that means. What happens to Arvind Kejriwal? And that's the real question. Where does Arvind Kejriwal go? We can talk of the Manish Sisodias, we can talk of the Manoj Tiwaris. This election is about one man, and that man is Arvind Kejriwal, hoping to become Chief Minister for the 3rd time. Where is Arvind Kejriwal? We'll go across in a moment to our correspondent Pooja Shali, who will be joining us to give us a sense of what's been happening at Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Preeti, you tracked Arvind Kejriwal on part of this campaign. Did you see the same enthusiasm around Arvind Kejriwal? When you asked people, did they know the name of the candidates? Or were they simply saying, hum vote denge Kejriwal ko? Is the average Aam Adami Party voter voting much like the BJP voter voted for Modi in the Lok Sabha? There is Modi only, there is Kejriwal only.
I'll give you a sense for both, especially on ground, anecdotal evidence, Rajdeep, where Arvind Kejriwal is concerned now. Once who was seen as a giant killer is a giant now. You go to his constituency, nobody knows anybody else, even in New Delhi. They don't know who's the BJP contestant, they don't know who's from the Congress, but they know Arvind Kejriwal. You go to Buradi. Nobody knows who the local guy is. Of course, the local guy will be there, but the vote is on for Arvind Kejriwal. But that is how, even if you have followed his road shows, and I have been on 2 of his road shows, that is his outreach right now. So if Modi asked for votes in his name in 2019, he's doing the same this time around. On the other hand, you talked about, Manish Sisodia. I want to just, draw one parallel. So at one end, Manish Sisodia is very popular because of his educational scheme. In his own constituency, there is a bit of grouse that he's more as a state leader than as an MLA.
Interesting, but Arvind Kejriwal, no one knows him better than you, Ankit Tyagi. You've tracked him for years. What's this day mean for Arvind Kejriwal? Is this the day that he's hoping to get a second innings? He won big in 2015, but somehow messed up the opportunity. Punjab 2017 was a huge setback. Is he a much more cautious, a very changed Arvind Kejriwal is what we are going to see today, even if he wins big?
I think he has changed a lot. He is now more of a politician than he was an activist even in 2015. There is more method to what he says. There is more method to he ran the campaign. This time it was more mechanized to say, unlike the very Aam Adami Party on the emotional and just Arvind Kejriwal and the change kind of campaign that we saw in 2015. He has also calmed down a lot, Rajdeep. If you speak to him now, despite the exit polls, he was still willing not to say anything against the BJP, not to say anything against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And
never mentioned Prime Minister Modi directly in this campaign, either in his tweets or in his road shows.
2017 Punjab election defeat possibly was a big learning curve for Arvind Kejriwal. Since then, he has not uttered a word against the Prime Minister. Even in the 2019 campaign, he did not say anything against the Prime Minister, particularly demonetization, and post that 2017 Punjab election. And since then, he's not been speaking about the Prime Minister. He has learned that it is absolutely zero-sum game. He doesn't gain anything. And the evidence would be in what the Axis poll has shown, India Today Axis My India poll. 48% of the voters, those who voted for the Bharatiya Janata Party this time, have turned to Arvind Kejriwal and voted for the Aam Adami Party. So largely, he has learnt his lesson that he doesn't get anything by attacking the Prime Minister. Possibly there are a lot of people, those who would vote for the Prime Minister in the general election, and will come back to... Manisha, you wanted to make a point?
Yes. To add to this, even before when the union budget was being presented, that evening, on the eve of the presentation, Arvind Kejriwal has said that let the BJP government in the centre be good to us, do a Delhi special scheme, let them give some money to the MCD also. So he's talking of a collaboration model with the union. Even when he presented his manifesto, he said a lot of what we want to do requires the cooperation of the centre. So whereas earlier he would say, oh, the centre is not allowing us to work, he's now turned it around to say, oh, we need the collaboration of the centre
ultimately
Article
370.
To be able
the
to do what
government
we
passed
want to
it.
do.
Arvind Kejriwal was among the first chief ministers to tweet in support of Article 370. He has been building this narrative for quite some time now, knowing exactly what our data also shows, that there is a large number of voter which switches from Modi to Kejriwal. Just Javed and then Ajit, you come in.
Yes.
Yeah, and while Arvind has made these changes, and this has been visible over the years, I remember speaking to him 2 years ago, and he says, "Dekho, Modi se direct confrontation karke, people don't like us being critical." He says, "I want it to be distinct from the Congress and the Rahul Gandhi model, which is to take on Modi headlong on each and every issue." But also give some credit to Prashant Kishore. Prashant Kishore has impressed upon him the need to nuance his approach, to smoothen after rough edges, and not to adopt a confrontationist attitude on every
I'm going
issue.
to differ with that, because to be fair to Arvind Kejriwal, he changed even before Prashant Kishore met him.
Exactly.
You know, I think we have to be fair to Arvind Kejriwal. As Arkit said, it was the turning point was that defeat in Punjab and the MCD elections. They came one after the other, and they reduced Arvind Kejriwal to a very marginal player. And I think one thing that Arvind Kejriwal wants is that he believes that he is much more than just Delhi. I mean, he may be focusing this election on Delhi, and when I kept asking him that question, what about your national ambitions? He said, no, this is about Delhi. My own sense is Kejriwal today believes if he wins big today, he has a second shot at trying to expand his reach well beyond Delhi. Will that happen? Will we see a repeat of 2015? Remember, 67 out of 70, then 3 to the BJP. Our exit poll is suggesting a Kejriwal sweep. Will that actually happen? This is the channel for the fast, furious, and most accurate election counting. We're all set. Back in a moment.